Hi there folks, Gareth here from tracyandmatt.co.uk doing a little unboxing of the Amazon Fire TV. Now, of course, this has been out for a while, obviously in America, and over here in the UK you can see it in Curry's and PC World, but I've been holding off picking up one just until I found out a few specifics about the Nexus player. As you know, home entertainment is one of the most important things in our lives now, and I've decided to bite the bullet and go with this instead of the Nexus player, and I'll point out my reasons why as I unbox this. Apologies for the voice, I'm fighting off a fairly nasty cold that my brother decided to bring across the Atlantic with him. Okay, so we're just going to pull her apart. This is a full unboxing. I haven't actually opened this yet at all. So on the back it's watch Amazon, Netflix and more. I partake in Amazon Prime, I partake in Netflix, so this makes a fairly sensible solution. Spotify, Red Bull TV, Curzon Home Cinema, Demand 5, I think that's just Channel 5, but I don't know what the Home Cinema jobby's about. Easy to use, great for gaming. Say it and watch it with voice speak. Even better with Amazon Fire tablets, which I don't have, but what can you do? So a lot has been made of the specs of this because it has the 1.7 gigahertz quad-core processor, which is roughly similar to what's in the Nexus player. So you know, you can read what you like into it. There's a lot of power in this, and it should last for a good couple of years. And I dare say it'll have a few updates before it's replaced. Okay. Alright, orange inside there, decent packaging, and pull across here. I've seen this on other unboxings. It's oddly satisfying taking that off. Okay, so here is the Fire TV. That's it itself there, a little booklet about it with the setup guide. Keeper. Limited warranty. The remote control with the microphone up here, speech button. Oh, it's smooth. It's some kind of smooth rubber effect that you get. It's a little light and plasticky with that over the top. This is very sticky. Four goes to get that off. 4 bits of stick. And I'm guessing this is the power adapter. It is. Actually quite a nice looking plug, to be honest. I love it whenever a plug is different and you plug it into a 4-gang, so you don't actually have to work out what is what. Nice one, Amazon, thank you for that. It's the little things that makes all the difference. Okay, so this is the Amazon TV box itself. It's actually quite heavy, but then I suppose it doesn't need to be light because you just set it on your desk or your TV unit. So we have, yeah, there is plastic around the side of it. Okay, I thought it was tarnished a bit. Right. Okay, so that's it, fully unwrapped. Very fingerprinty. Gloss on the side there. Rubber on the bottom. And on the back we have the power, the HDMI, optical, Ethernet. The reason why I didn't go for the Nexus player and went for Fire TV instead. And a USB. My reasons for the Ethernet are that I just don't trust Wi-Fi that much. There's nothing more annoying than going to sit down and watch a movie and finding that someone else is on the Wi-Fi network and it's maybe they're downloading or they're streaming too and it just bogs it down. I have coaxial cable throughout, not coaxial, fibre optic cable throughout the house, so Ethernet is terrific. I can transfer tens of gigabytes per second over the cabling that we have here. So this makes more sense, and I was really disappointed when the Nexus player came without. I love the Chromecast. I use the Chromecast an awful lot, but I wouldn't depend on it for sitting down and watching a movie. So that's why I got this. And this. This is the game controller for the Amazon Fire. I'm just noticing that it's actually a tapered box. It's not fully rectangular. Designed to hang on a shelf. Even though Amazon doesn't have any shelves. But then I suppose PC World and Curry's do. Oh. Again, orange inside. Ah, we get to do this again. Whew. Ah. No batteries. Oh, there are batteries. There are batteries in the box. That's okay. I hate this kind of plastic. So yeah, that's a fairly decent piece of hardware. It's not the greatest plastic in the world, but it works. The thumbsticks feel very slippery. It'd be nice if they had that. No, they do have that. Or do they? It's no Xbox controller or even a PlayStation controller, but it's better than some of the things we saw during the 1980s. Amazon branded batteries. Right, okay, so that's set up and ready to be paired. We have some stuff in here as well. Ooh, damaged. Right, so first up we have quick start guide, odd accordionette method of displaying it, and a big warranty type thing, product information. Okay, so that is the Fire TV. We're going to go and get this booted up and see how it goes. There you go. That's all the bits there. Isn't that nice? Okay, so here we are booting up the Fire TV. And I've lost the remote control already. This is connected via Ethernet to the internet, so I won't have to set up any Wi-Fi. It's currently searching for my remote control. Okay. And it's detected who I am, which is very nice. That must have been downloaded onto the box before it left the factory. Which means the postman could have picked it up and now have full access. Because it hasn't asked me for a password yet.
Hello, and welcome to your new Amazon Fire TV. We want to make sure you get the most out of your new streaming media player. Thank you, and enjoy your new Amazon Fire TV.
Okay, so we're going to go for just a basic setup. Now, one of the reasons why I picked, or another of the reasons why I picked the Fire TV was because of the Amazon free app of the day. Over the last year, I think I've clocked up quite a few apps because I have been selective on what I've been grabbing, but I'm hoping that a lot of those apps will come over to the Fire TV, so you can have games and things that you don't actually have to purchase. I think I got Modern Combat and a few other ones, I can't remember what. But the likes of Plex, for example, was a big contender, because I use Plex throughout the house. Every item I have in the house will have a Plex client on it, so that you can get access to my media server, which is very important to me. So let's have a look and see where we can go from here. So then, as I subscribe to Prime, I believe I should be able to watch that now with Prime, which is quite good. Never heard of that before. And I can watch that now with Prime, which is quite good. Oh, that stars Luke Perry. Ooh. So there's always something to watch then. Featured games and apps. Well, we'll need that installed. Yes, I am a little bit alarmed about this, in that it hasn't asked me for any passwords and things. All I did was plug in the Fire TV and away it went. Which means if my postman or the courier had decided to not deliver this to me, he would have had full access to my Amazon account. You know, it's showing how many coins I have there, and I wonder just how much there is in the way of personal information being shared, or he would have had access to. So do I have to buy that? No, that's free as well. Okay. STV player, I don't know what that is at all. S stands for Scotland. Well, we'll grab it and have a look. There's that one that was advertised on the back of the box. Independent cinema releases. Fair enough. I thought I had... No, I've got that on the PlayStation. That's right, I was giving away with PlayStation Plus. So installing applications and channels is very simple. £8.29 for that. That's quite expensive. That's fun. We'll have to go with that with the gaming remote, or the game controller. Featured movies, highest rated. Oh, damn! What happened there? Oh, I hit the home button. Right. Highest rated. Well, you want to be watching that. I like Wolfenstein. Okay, so there is a decent amount of content there, and stuff that you would actually want to watch. Top movies to buy. Right, so let's have an investigation of the Prime Video section. Amazon pilot season. Oh yeah. Stinky and dirty. Mad Dogs. There's bed. Oh. Not quite getting used to the remote control. For some reason I keep thinking I have to press the button under the D-pad to select things, but that's the home button, and I don't know why I'm doing that. There's Jason Lee, he's always good. The League. Almost did it again there, but I caught myself on. Added movies. recommended exclusive Prime movies. Rush, which is a terrific movie. Oh, I haven't seen that. I'm sure you're enthralled by seeing me watch or pick out what I want to watch. Movies recently added. TV. Watch list. Ah, it's nice to have that dedicated. Video library. Games. Your game library. Right, so these must be the ones that I have purchased. Purchased? When I say purchased, I actually mean got for free. That would be interesting to see. That would be interesting to see. Wow. I didn't realise I had half of these. Terraria? Fair enough. Okay, so let's see what's new. Get Amazon coins when you buy games. Favorite games, family friendly games, trivia, free games, editor's choice. I think one of the things that's really missing from the gaming world whenever it comes to these types of platforms, well, there's no one killer game. You know, people want an Xbox to have Halo or a PlayStation so they can get The Last of Us or something. You don't buy Amazon Fire TV thinking, oh, it's got Despicable Me, Minion Rush, or, well, it has Minecraft and they advertise that on the box. But then, I suppose it costs, well, $4.99 is not too bad for it. And works with a controller, which we have to get into. Does this work with a controller? It does. I'm quite excited by these. Complete first season is free. Oh, in-app purchases, right, I see. Right. Okay, so apps is one of the more important things that I'm looking to do. And we get games in there as well, which is handy. Your apps library. These are all games. And there's Plex, that's one of the most important ones. Is that it? Okay, so of all the apps that I've got over the year from Amazon, only one or two of them are actually compatible. Fart button. I have a surround sound system, that'll be quite funny. Oh god, I'm not paying 63p for it, no way. People's favourite apps. Flexter's quite good for trailers and the like. AirPlay, a receiver, right. Twitch. So you look at that and you gotta wonder whether or not that's an official YouTube app. It might be. App details. developeryoutube.com. Okay, so now we've got a few things that should be downloaded. We'll go and have a look at them. So according to the Quick Start Guide, we put the batteries into the controller, we hit home on this, from the settings menu, controllers, and Bluetooth controller. Press and hold the home button for 5 seconds. Okay, right, we have a working controller. That was fairly harmless. So let's play a game. Hopefully we don't have to do that with every game. I don't think I've played this before. It did look quite good though. That felt like there was a small delay between me pressing the button and something actually happening on the screen. I'm hoping that does not transfer to the actual gaming. One of the most infuriating things about this FireTV is this approach that essentially if you want to play a game you're going to have to download it first. There are 8 gigabytes on board the FireTV. 5.5 gigabytes are available for you to install games and apps. So if you were to install Modern Combat and Grand Theft Auto, that would pretty much kill off all of the storage. So you have to be invested in those games and want to play them. You can't just decide on a whim that you want to play, say, Vendetta Online when you've got Grand Theft Auto and Modern Combat installed, because you will have to probably uninstall one of them in order to be able to download this, to play this. So if anything, that might be taking things back to the 1980s when you wanted to play a game you had to insert the tape
press play, then any key, and wait for it to load, which could take between 5 and 10 minutes for the game to load. So we're having to do this, and there's no guarantee that it'll back up your save games or anything like that. You could be starting fresh every time. That's incredibly annoying. Now, I've put a 32GB USB card into the back of the FireTV in the hope that I would be able to move applications across to that 32GB card. I cannot. You can if you root it, and there's a few guides online as to how to do that. However, out of the box, that's not a satisfactory solution to the problem that presents itself. And therein lies an even bigger problem, in that they're marketing this as a gaming device. They're selling a dedicated gaming controller to make playing games like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vendetta Online a lot easier. And paying £30 for a controller so that you can play funny little games that you would play on your phone or your tablet on the go doesn't quite justify this. So you would have the game controller for the bigger, bolder games that make the FireTV stand out from the rest of the set-top boxes. But you can't do that because there's not enough storage for a couple of games. For a few games, sorry, you have enough storage for a couple of games. And that is now my biggest problem with this. I'm really genuinely disheartened that I cannot just simply sit down and play one of the games off my Amazon account. I have a few decent games that I want to play on this, but I can't just swap them out for another game whenever I fancy it. I have to plan ahead. And it's not even that whenever you go online and think, well, perhaps in work, you might go, I am going to play Grand Theft Auto 3 whenever I get home. You go online, you can install games from Amazon's website, which is very handy. However, whenever you get home and turn it on and start the game, you'll still have to download 2.5 gigabytes worth of content in order to play the game. One thing I hadn't taken into account with this is the music options as well. Obviously, if you've bought music off Amazon, you get your cloud copy as well, which I somewhat feel a bit guilty about, because whenever you go through it, you realise there's ones that you've bought for people as presents. ABBA Gold. Actually, I think I got that free. Pierce the Veil. Bought for some. Ruby Winters. I don't remember having anything to do with that. And now they're showing up as my albums, whereas I've purchased them as a gift. However, it's content that I didn't realise that I had, or I would be able to access through this, so it's nice. It's good to be able to have that. I haven't used the cloud photos, not that I think I would. I'm quite happy with them all being synced to either Google Drive or Dropbox. I don't feel the need to sync them to Amazon purely for this player. I don't have a Fire tablet or a Fire phone, so I'll just keep that as blank unless there's something I want to put there in particular for displaying here. If I want to show people pictures, I guess I can do that when I have company. So again, there was a system update there that I can't actually notice if anything has changed in particular. I don't think I saw this earlier, but it seems to be there now. Enabled display mirroring, which allows you to show your phone or tablet on the device. I think it works a little better with Fire tablets, but I'll certainly give it a go. I don't have my phone available now to be able to do it. Parental controls, which is always useful, I suppose. Controllers for adding controllers, applications. Still can't really do anything in here other than uninstall applications and have a look and see where all your storage is going. I've only installed a few things, and obviously these little games like Age of Zombies there for 53 megabytes, that's not going to be a a big problem for me. It's just whenever you come across the bigger ones like Modern Combat 4 there, that's 1.27 gigabytes, that's almost a third of the storage space that I have gone on one game, despite the fact there's a 32 gigabyte USB drive plugged into the back of it. Automatically open external market links with Amazon App Store. Well, we'll leave it on until it becomes a problem. In-app purchases, which you can turn off so that your kids can't go and order more game levels to the games that they can't install. Game Circle, which is obviously online game playing, and you can turn that off, which is kind of nice. The system itself, sleep, about, network, and factory defaults. You use about to be able to find updates, I believe. Help, there seems to be quite a lot here to be able to send things back to them. I might send a complaint saying I would like to be able to install more games. I might buy more games if I can install more games. Open up the USB to be able to do that. I mean, it's not like they are concerned about people rooting or installing new firmware and things on it. That's happening all over the show on the internet, because people are unhappy with the way things are set up here, in that you can't install lots and lots of things. And it's not like you can get a larger capacity FireTV with 32 gigabytes already built in, or 128, God forbid anyone does that. And then sync purchase content. So yeah, it all seems quite good. It obviously has its drawbacks and limitations. I've had some fun with it so far, and I think I will keep it. I will just cross my fingers and hope that they open up the USB storage. But there does seem to always be something available to watch here. And the beautiful thing is you have Amazon Prime, plus you have Netflix as well. And I suppose even Flickster if you've got content on there, YouTube. That's for my IP cameras around the house. But being able to have all your content on one device, a lot of the other, like Roku doesn't seem to have Amazon Prime here in the UK. I have a Roku 3 down in the house, and it's one noticeable omission from their channels, and that's a bit of a pain. That's one of the reasons why I went for this, because it seems to cover all of them. So that's the Amazon Fire TV. Thanks very much for watching, and cheerio.